Assessing student knowledge and skills is essential to monitoring their learning and success towards learning district and state adopted standards. Through the Concordia ESOL coursework, I was challenged to find original assessments that gave more information than a pass or fail score. With assessments like Systematic ELD and the QIA, I am able to determine English language proficiency levels. In addition, assessments like DIBELS and DRA give me more information about their literacy skills. One of the most important jobs of an educator is to develop lesson plans that target all learning levels and styles. Teachers must look at their students with the lens of equity to determine and develop whatever it takes to ensure all students succeed. Outside of the Concordia courses, I was able to take district trainings in GLAD, SIOP, Ruby Payne's work on poverty, Uniting to Understand Racism, and a book study on courageous conversations. Those trainings assisted me in creating the culminating work sample for my ESOL endorsement. I chose to create my work sample on an integrated unit teaching about types of rocks and landforms. Perhaps my most favorite parts of the work sample were collecting data about the demographics of my community, district, school, and classroom. I was able to see firsthand how diverse my classroom truly was. I also enjoyed finding resources and materials to support the learning in my classroom. Those resources included not only books, but songs, chants, posters, and videos. Finally, I really enjoyed recording and analyzing the data collected throughout the work sample, especially the student feedback given. One particular component that truly addresses competency number 2 was the expert groups I created. This component was formed from GLAD strategies. The class was divided into 2 groups. Each group then read about and researched a type of landform. They drew sketches and jotted down important parts of their landform. Once they were comfortable with their landform, they shared with their partner what they had learned. Their partner then shared what they had learned as well. The students enjoyed being experts and teaching one another. As a wrap-up to the unit, students designed islands with various landforms and water features. They then created a Salto map of their islands. PBIS has been at Newberry for a number of years. In addition to the 3 rules we implement, being safe, respectful, and responsible, PBIS relies on positive interactions to help change negative behaviors. I have implemented an additional positive component through the use of terrific triangles. Students are recognized for on-task behaviors, then may choose a prize from the prize catalog, like show and tell, or swap a desk, or use teachers' special supplies. One of my favorite Concordia classes introduced the idea of brain research. I began doing some looking of my own, only to find an amazing website and strategies called Whole Brain Teaching. The techniques are a research-based system that utilize all areas of the brain, keeping students engaged throughout their lesson. It uses hand gestures to help remember specific instruction and vocabulary. This competency nicely aligns with the work I have previously discussed in Competency 2 on my work sample, as well as some of the brain research work in Competency 3. The Hillsborough School District has set up every Wednesday afternoon as a time for collaboration and work with colleagues. Every year, half of the meetings are dedicated to professional development, curriculum work, and trainings. These are run by the principal or instructional coaches. The remaining half of the meetings are considered teacher collaboration time. My second grade teammates and I spend this time collaborating about curriculum and pacing throughout the year. In addition, Newberry hosts several parent outreach events, including Back to School Night, fall conferences, Title I Parent Night, Math Activity Night, parent coaching classes, Newberry Community Chorale or PTA, and Spring Showcase. Finally, Newberry has worked closely with Evergreen Christian Center to enlist church community members as classroom volunteers. There's also a special relationship with Intel, who dedicate time to implement the STEM project, bringing science, technology, engineering, and math together to create fun activities. Teaching is all about flexibility. If you are incapable of being flexible, you will have a difficult time making it through one day in the classroom. I've had to alter my teaching plans on nearly a daily basis. I am attaching my work sample assessment data, analysis, and interpretation. Communicating is another vital role that teachers must carry out with ease. Newberry has developed a number of systems and programs to collect and carry out the reporting of student progress. Among these are DIBELS, DRA, and program assessments, as well as DTA, an online reporting and tracking system. Although I have not had a great deal of working with DTA, I have found out methods and techniques in reporting the progress of my students. Report cards being the number one technique, followed by student showcase. Students gathered work from the beginning of the school year in all subject areas to present at Spring Showcase. It was a huge success. I am attaching another component of my work sample. This component explains how I reported the student progress and end results to the parents. Perhaps the greatest opportunity for me to participate in research has been through the Action Research Project. Before the 2 Concordia research courses, I had very little experience in research myself. I have implemented a number of programs with research-based methodologies, but never looked at the research myself. I am attaching the research components of my Action Research Project, as well as the articles I used. The greatest example of Competency 9 would be the coursework I have completed at Concordia. In the midst of 2 years of few family crises, I have managed to maintain a 4.0 throughout the entire program. My accomplishments are many, but my action research project tops the charts. I am attaching the action research component that I completed in my own classroom. At Newberry, we are given the opportunity to collaborate on a weekly basis with our coworkers. In addition, our principal and instructional coaches continue to check in and drop off short observational notes about what they saw. They are also available to come in and make observations and take specific notes on any one thing we request. Reflection and collaboration are the mainstays of growth. At Newberry, the staff is open to both. I am thankful to be a part of a team that works together to improve the quality of education for all of our students.